fucking love stickers.
Can I have one of those?
Oh, sorry, dirt racks. No, they're all mine. You can't have any of my stickers.
That was terrifying. Hey, welcome back to Dirtracks ADV with Jeff and Colin's behind the camera. Special video today. A company based in Canada named Dirtracks has chosen to sponsor us, and they sent along a set of racks for the new KLX. So we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing, and we're going to do an installation video, and then we're going to tell you what we think about them. Up behind me is the Dirtracks website. Hopefully you can see that okay. I mean, they've got stuff for KLRs, DR650s, XR650Ls, KLXs, CR250s, blah, 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 and on. DRZs, DRs, all that stuff. They specialize in racks, back luggage racks, and side racks, and some crash protection as well. Again, Canadian-based company, and they were kind enough to sponsor this video for us. So let's open these up. I haven't seen these yet. Colin hasn't seen these yet. So it's been sitting here waiting for us to get back from the Cape Breton trip. Oh, wait, before we do that, I see something. My hands are clean. Merch. Dirtracks.com.
Thank you, Dirtracks.com/.ca for sponsoring this video. Sorry. Just made my day. Sorry, just made my day. We got a t-shirt. Okay, cool. Yes. Sorry, continue.
Colin's happy. He's super stoked.
I love t-shirts.
With the t-shirts.
Well wrapped, well packaged.
Well wrapped, well packaged. This is the Hammerite finish. Okay, so you can get these in raw or in Hammerite. That's kind of nice. We'll see how she stands up to some abuse. That's one of the side racks right there. All right. So there's the back rack. All right. Let's look at the welds. They look pretty good. They look good to you, Colin?
Smooth and well done.
Yeah, they've cleaned them up.
Yep, they've cleaned them up really nice. You've seen us weld on the channel before. As you know, we're all about function over form. So when we see nice welds, we give credit where credit's due. That is well done.
We got a kickstand to weld up on the DR. First trip out, Pete managed to break it.
Right in half.
Yeah, broke it right in half on a big old rock. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing later. We're going to weld up Pete's kickstand. And we're not just going to weld it up. We're going to plug it and weld it so it'll never break again.
Beautiful welds.
Let's say this is instructions. They're large. They're bold.
They're legible.
They're in English.
Hey!
And if you want to know how small of a company this is and how good you're going to get personalized service, there was typos and they corrected them in pen.
Wow.
So somebody personally looked after this. So wait, but we're trail chatting. Wait, instructions. Where's our instructions? There's our instructions. Colin, thank you. All right. Pannier. So we've got, that's the top part. And now, the one thing I'm confused off the bat is, do we do the top rack first before we put this piece in? Zip, zippy.
Zip, zip. Zip, zip.
I'm not a mechanic, but I play one on TV. So, spacer. So I think that they probably take up the factory spacers. So, this comes factory with a little pouch. Boom, just like that. So we've already taken that off, and we installed it's like a Rotopax, no name brand Rotopax mount for the 5-liter fuel can that we carry, because I make Colin carry all the fuel. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. So before we bolt that down, let's see where everything's going to line up. All right, so yeah, so we're going to want to put that.
That's going to line up just like so. Yeah. So you're going to want the rack on first. Bam, bam. So
like yeah, I assume that's how they're going to go. So we got 2 more spacers that go there, and this one goes over here. Now they give you 2 different lengths. Okay. So those should stay in there.
Beauty.
Now, it does say 11 mil spacers. And they gave bolts here. So I don't know whether you need to put the spacers in between here. But I don't think I want to. Like, I want the rack hugging the bottom. So I don't know if we need to put the spacers in there. And that's not on the plastic. Yeah, let's try that for now. All right. Yep. So where we are. Yes, it does seem like we're missing some hardware. I did open the bag and things kind of went flying. So we are missing some 65s. So we got 165, and there should be, it looks like by the directions, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 65s. Colin, you want to bring the camera in? Lining these spacers up, I see why they designed it this way, but it is kind of hard to get this in, line these spacers up. So you've got that spacer, then you've got this, and you got to get this. So this has to go through this.
I just want to make sure
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it, but there's actually this main metal piece, and then there's an additional spacer in behind it.
Yeah.
It's not just 2 separate pieces. So you got 1, 2, and
3.
then 3.
But then this has to go through the plastic, then it has to go through the seat mount, and then into the threaded bungs on the frame. So it is not the easiest thing to set up, but I don't think you're going to have any difference with anything else. Like, the spacers need to be designed that way so that you can get that, where there's a recess in the plastics, so you wouldn't be able to separate this and get them in the plastics and in there. So I see why they had to do the spacers. So they're designed that way for a reason. But full disclosure, it is kind of funky trying to set this up. So to make everything line up here, I've left things loose. And what we're going to do is we're going to get these things lined up and then get this nailed down. And that's true with any install. Don't tighten stuff down until you've got everything lined up where you want. Now, the only other thing that I'll give them a little crap for is the fact that we have instructions for we have instructions not for the heavy-duty side rack. We've got the instructions for the multi-use pannier rack, because they're talking about a bar that goes around the back here. This bar here. So our set does not have this bar. So we've got the other rack system. If we go back, here we've got the heavy-duty side racks. So, which is, that's a little odd why they call this the heavy-duty side rack, but it doesn't have the stabilizing bar that goes behind. And the other one's called the multi-use. But yeah, whatever.
Maybe it's a thinner gauge, and that's why they do use the wraparound bar.
Maybe.
Who knows?
But this instruction booklet is for that. So we're going to push on no matter what. So the next bolt I want to get in is this M8 by 25 bolt to get these in. But so far everything's lining up fine.
That wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. So, and this is what so anyway, we're going to do this real time so you can see see, it is a bit of a frig. But again,
you're going to be friggin' no matter what set of panniers you're putting on.
I'm not going to gripe about it because I see why they designed it the way they did. Like, I don't think there was a way around that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a 10 mil. Let's see if I hit it. Yep, I think so. Okay, so we'll get some nuts on that. And send some lock nuts, which I'm a fan of.
Hey, lock nuts!
All right, that sinks in up there. So we may need the
stock?
Yeah,
the stock ones, yeah.
I might need a
The thing is, these racks were initially designed for the KLX250, and since the 300 has come out, because nothing has really changed, they're about the same, except for the size of those washers that are on the bottom of this here. They're slightly, very slightly bigger, right?
Get enough threads to bite.
So slightly longer bolts for the back rack would not be a bad idea. What would we say, add another 10 mils?
Yeah, I would say like the 65s would be better, just a little bit better. I mean, you don't want too much sticking down either. Because your tires are it.
And then slightly fatter washers. Yeah, other than that, thus far, all is well.
I mean, it could be because we're using 2 layers, right? like it could be like the 50s are long enough if you're using the side racks.
Right, and what Jeff's saying is essentially we've got this piece of metal here that the rear rack mounts with, and then we've got another piece under here, that this is sitting on top of the rear rack that's meant for the side panniers. And maybe that little extra length is what's causing us issues.
Yeah. So maybe the 50 mil bolts could be just fine for one or the other. Yeah, so if they went to a 60 mil bolt instead of a 50, that would give you just a little extra, so that if you're installing both systems, you got the length you need. Basically, we lined up really great on this side, on this lower mount. Over here, we didn't line up perfectly, but by putting forward pressure on this and just kind of taking any slack up through them, we've got a fit here. So I was able to get things lined up enough. So, and it's just, they are a little asymmetrical. So if you look at the instructions booklet here, they say this needs an M65, but I used a 70 here. This 25 millimeter spacers on this side, which is this side, but that's actually the 40 mil spacer. So that's a 40 mil spacer. On the other side over here was the 25. Marks for instructions in English, marks off for instructions that are accurate. I mean, they are if you interpret it that way. It's fine. It's fine. So,
if you interpret them correctly, the instructions are correct.
it did throw me off because those instructions do look like they're for the other pannier system.
There is really nothing to this install.
No, I mean it's pretty good. I mean if I'm being nitpicky, like I would like to see those corners rounded a little more, so that they're not sharp per se, but I'd like to see those rounded a little more. There was some massaging to get it to fit, but I think you're going to get that anytime you're doing anything that's hand welded. And I mean, I appreciate the fact that it's hand welded, right? Like I appreciate the fact that they're a small company that is making stuff that's affordable, right?
Big plus for affordable.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty with it as well.
Yeah, so they're standing behind their stuff, right? So it's hard to complain about the little things. And I mean, the thing is this one over here, like if you look at the difference, you see how that's rounded?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. So
yeah,
nice round profile there.
This one's just
slightly more squared.
Yeah, squared up. I mean,
here.
But these are nitpicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff's good at being a nitpicky ass.
So, and I'm using a 1/4 inch drive because I don't like to over torque stuff and strip it out. And that's my only hesitation how they're going to hang up, they're going to stand up to crashes, is the fact that these are long M6s that could possibly deform in a crash. However, if you look here, so you've got this straight line right here, and then you got the small jig. So when your crash goes over, your weight's going to be separated. You got a straight line here, and you got an almost straight line here. So this metal is what's going to take the brunt of the crash on the front side of the bar. That's not a huge space. So my confidence is pretty good that there's going to be no horizontal torsion on that bolt. It's going to be all straight in impact, because this is all in line as far as this way, and there's only that small jog this way. So if you take a side hit here, this is the only weak point you're going to have, and it's going to be supported back here in a straight shot. So that could mean that the crash protection is going to be pretty good. How many times am I going to try this before tomorrow? 13. So now that we've got the sides all fitted and tightened, now we can tighten this up. All right. Well, there we go. Pretty beef, actually.
It's the strongest piece on the bike. Beats that rear fender.
What's that? Yeah, but look right here. So this is the only, with this being a multi-part piece, right? That's the flex on it, right? But I don't think you're ever going to have flex that way. It's only going to be flexed this way.
Yeah, it's true.
But you can see that M6 bolt bending a little bit, right? If you take a shot right there on the tail end.
Yep.
So we'll see how it lasts. I hate to say things, you know, oh, it's good for the money, but that's good for the money. Like that's not a lot of money to pay.
It really is.
Like if you put that up against the competition,
you're gonna pay almost twice as much.
Oh, at least.
Yep. And I think right now they're saying, let me find on their website here. I think they're saying it's 15% off everything. Yeah, it's their winter sale. 15% off everything. Winter 15 at checkout. And they've got stuff with the KLR650, DR650, Tenere 700, XR650L, KLX250S, KLX300, CRF250, CRF300, BMWs, DRZs, WR450s and 250s, V-Stroms, Africa Twins, and they've a giant loop. They sell giant loop stuff? What? What's that here? Oh, they're in products. Okay, well, disregard.
Griping about them using M6, I mean, that's what the factory threaded bungs are threaded for, right? So, I mean, that kind of limits you to what you can do if you're going to use factory mount points, right? It looks like a quality system.
Like, I could put the Sahara bags that I normally put on the V-Strom on there and be laughing.
And I mean, let's face it, you guys, you probably would have already seen my review of the KLX before you see this video. So you're going to see how impressed I am with this bike. Saying that there's probably going to be a segment of the market that's going to want to ADV this thing, right? A lightweight ADV bike.
We're segueing a little bit away from the lovely luggage racks we were sent, but at the same time, if you're looking to adventure this bike, a nice set of luggage racks like this, added with a bigger fuel tank, what else do you need? Really?
No, well, that's just it. You're going to be able to, I think with this rack, you'd be able to use a giant loop system, a homemade system, a Nelson rig system,
oh yeah.
Anything you're going to be able to, and what I really appreciate, and it's a nice, are these tie points right here. We actually added something similar on the inside of the loop for Colin's soft pannier racks for the V-Strom. We did a video that's, you could card it somewhere here. But we did something similar so that he had a point to tie down so the ties don't slip around the loop. The other thing I really like about this is the fact that this rack system here is multi-layered. So we actually have space, like if you're going to bolt here, you can get up under here with nuts. Even though the pannier rack system is down here flush. So I like how they designed that. That's a really nice touch. The fact that you can get up under here with straps, nuts, if you're going to bolt anything through. And I mean, and that's still that 5mm steel. So that's actually pretty good. Is it perfect? Pretty close. It's pretty close. For the money, it goes beyond my expectations. For that money, no question. So look forward to a future review, longevity review, how it's going to stand up to some pounding, and that'll be coming shortly your way at some point here in the near future. So for Trail Trash ADV, I'm Jeff. Colin's behind the camera. We'll catch you on the next video.
You know, when I told him that we were going to do a installation video, I'm sure this is not what he thought he'd get.
Hey. You should check our channel out, because that's what we do.
Jake's on bagel duty. You're doing excellent, sir. Oh, Jesus! Not a bagel. Bagel down!
And the harbor bag.
So I just gotta lick my fingers here.
Go ahead.
That sweet, sweet cream cheese.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff. Oh. You heard that here first. Jeff's gonna get on his hands and knees and take a short break.